Are you ready, Cliff?
Ready when you are, Captain.
Alright, so hello and welcome to the Turbo Newscast. I am Zella, and as you can see over there, or over there,
Wherever I
wherever you are,
am.
there is Cliff. It's weird because I'm on like an angle here.
Hello.
Um, and we're doing the news today. So, before I start though, for the however many people are watching, I can't tell. I wanted to go over real quick. I wanted to clear up some things because I've been getting a lot of people that didn't quite understand what I wanted when I posted that first post. Right now, I'm sticking with Cliff as co-host. Cliff. Um, but in the future, maybe a few weeks down the line, I may look into another person for for a segment here and there. Um, and we'll work with them. But right now, really, the main thing we need is stories. Me and Cliff did the majority of the research for this one, and I expected that to happen because it's very unknown right now. Um, but we don't want this to just be us. We want this to be everyone, which contribute as you want, And we'd love to talk about what you're interested in on the show. Um, so that's the main point. This is beta, so it'll get better, I promise. And do you have anything to add, Cliff?
Not really.
Not really. All right. Well,
Yeah, just don't expect this format to be the final format.
Yeah.
This is just the first episode.
All right. Thanks, Mark. Uh, so I guess we'll just get started. I put on this nice overcoat for myself, and you can hardly see it, but I
Meanwhile,
think you can see it a little bit. It's
yeah,
like
meanwhile I'm just wearing an undershirt.
you said you were gonna dress up.
I know, I had plans to, and then I was like, fuck it, I woke up a half an hour ago. I'm
Uh,
too lazy to
Too
do
lazy.
that.
I hope you at least had pants on.
Or do I?
Don't worry, we don't have any pants in the show. We'll have some stories on that later. I found some good ones.
I can
Found
tell.
some good ones. All right, let's get this rolling.
Let's just get right into it. Alright, so this next story, I actually caught wind of through Fraser in the mod chat. He was talking about it yesterday. He brought it up, and he was just like, Amazon really dropped the ball on this one, and I had no idea what he was talking about because I don't tend to keep as much um, of a handle on tech news as I probably should.
Mm-hmm.
Um, so basically, Amazon has leaked yesterday for just a little bit, I think. Amazon has leaked God of War Ascension, the God of War 4 that everyone's expected.
To be honest,
Frankly,
I've heard
I,
about this a week ago from my friend.
yeah, it's not new. Rumors are not new for this. There have been rumors for months,
Yeah,
but the fact that Amazon yesterday posted pretty much confirmed that there was going to be God of War 4, that it was going to be called God of War Ascension. The fact that they did that just by leaking box art for the PlayStation 3. It's not final box art, but the fact that it's on Amazon does make it a lot more official. Um, and there is a trailer now. So
so check that out.
yeah, whether or not how it's related to the rest of the God of War series is I don't know yet because frankly I don't give a damn. I haven't played any of the other God of War games, nor do I intend to, but it is still interesting news.
Yeah, my friend, he was like to something with Sony. He had like a Sony link, like like weeks ago for some other new software or something for like the Vita or something.
Yeah.
And he's like, well, this is obviously something for God of War, and I'm like, how do you know? And he's like, well, the last four letters in the URL is GOWA. And he's like, obviously, it's a God of War game that starts with an A, and he kept posting that to like IGN constantly, over and over. It's God of War, something with A.
See, this is why you don't try and slip one past the internet.
Yeah, and
We
apparently
are the internet. We can figure out most of this shit.
I was surprised when he was right. He came up to me today. He's like, I was right.
Told you
Told you so. And
so.
I was like, I don't give a damn.
Told you so. You act like I care.
I don't give a damn. I mean, yeah, God of War has an appeal, but I don't. It's not my kind of game. So
Yeah, same here. I am not one of the guys that's gonna run out and get a PS3 specifically for God of War or
yeah,
any of the God of War games. I just don't have that kind of an interest in this game.
yeah. Chat's going back and forth as you're just gonna have to.
Hmm
You'll. I don't think it's fixed actually, but it's going back and forth. There'll be points where you'll have it, and during those points, post as much as you can. That's all I can give you. So enjoy it while it lasts, and then just wait for it to come back. So, is there anything in particular in this story? I mean, I know you
No,
got it from Fraser,
yeah, that was pretty much all. That was it.
so we can call this a Fraser donation
Yep.
indirectly,
Yeah,
since he did
Frasier by way of me.
by way of you. All right, we'll count it. All right, so this one I just got a couple days ago. It's I think it's no wait, we have one more gaming news after this, but this is the last game.
Hmm
Uh,
You're gonna have to talk a bit more about this one because you were the one who originally suggested it, and frankly, I don't really care about the subject matter. No
yeah.
offense to any fans of it, but I really just don't care.
Well, I have a little bit to say about this, so it's okay.
Okay,
Um,
good.
so Savas wants me to shake the controller to see if it works. Yeah, so this was sent to me by Fairstarter.
Oh, okay.
So it was a donation. It was one of 3 donations stories besides Fraser. Uh, Dragon Ball Z for the Kinect. I keep saying Kinetic. Connecticut. It's from Connecticut. So yeah, so I've played a couple of the Dragon Ball Z games. I own 2. One for the GameCube, one for the Wii. I was a huge Dragon Ball Z nut for longer than I want to admit. Um, but I found all the flaws in Dragon Ball Z, and I can't watch it anymore for even minutes without completely losing interest. But there is a new fighting game if you're interested for the Kinect. Basically, from what I've gathered, it is a series of QuickTime events it's kind of like Dance Dance Revolution kind of thing, where you perform the move as it appears on screen. Oh, hi, Nathaniel. Yeah, we so enjoyed you during elementary school when we were beyond help. So, from what I've gathered, it seems like they're going to use the Kinect simply for it's kind of a gimmick. Um, they say there's like 50 plus characters and the battles are long, and that seems very unappealing to me because that's a lot of game time that I mean gaming is good, but to be standing up and making movements for 20 minutes straight, I couldn't do that. Um,
I'm pretty sure as long as you don't have to stand there for about 3.5 weeks just going Super Saiyan, I'm pretty sure most people will be happy.
uh, yeah, I don't know. It would certainly build up your thighs. You're standing in that position,
And it would give us something to mock.
and it would give us
Later on down the line when it does release and 3 whole quests are just Super Saiyan.
you see that YouTube video? The kid tried to go Super Saiyan and didn't end well. But he tried. He tried his hardest. And I admire that. So if you look at the last paragraph here, it says the controllers were responsive, the battles were pretty lengthy, and it looks like there's quite a bit of content for fans to dive into. My 2 cents, if you're a fan of Dragon Ball Z IP or are looking for an odd new way to work up a sweat, Dragon Ball Z Kinect is probably going to be worth a look when it comes out in October. So there you go.
I definitely will not be looking into it because A, I don't have a Kinect, and B, I don't really care. But if
you're not going to go run out and get
care,
one because of this?
Yeah. Even if I did care, personally, this wouldn't.
It wouldn't drive you to go out and buy one.
Yeah. Because I have a 360. It's one of the two modern generation consoles I own. I have the Wii and the 360. But I don't have the Kinect for it, and because frankly, I haven't found anything really that's worthy of Kinect. That would make me think this game is awesome enough that I think I have to go out and buy the Kinect.
If only Zelda was for the Kinect.
You know, I'm not really sure how I would like that, because on the Wii, at least you got the option to kind of just sit in your lazy ass on the couch and just kind of pretend, oh yeah, I'm totally slashing the sword right now. Yeah, that's exactly what I'm doing. Let me get through the game. Whereas with Kinect, you've got to actually stand there and kind of go and hack and slash and just
I think
actually get into it. And I've never really liked that mandatory exercise feeling.
Yeah, I think the best things for the Kinect are like mini games. Games you can do for, 5 minutes at a time, and then you're done. Mm-hmm. And you can choose if you want to go play another one.
Dance games, mini games like that. Mm-hmm.
I mean, I think those work out best. Like if there was like a Legend of Zelda, shoot your arrow at something. But obviously, Zelda's not for Xbox anyway, so we're not going to see that anyways.
Wouldn't it be cool if we did, though? If we saw like just this massive collaboration between everyone, and just Sony and Microsoft got together and made the best console ever. And
but that'd be a monopoly, though. That's illegal.
Guys, put our games on there, and just everyone actually got along and made the best thing ever. That would be awesome. It won't happen, but that would be awesome.
I know, but that would be a monopoly, and you can't do that.
It wouldn't happen anyways. It's Sony.
It's Sony, yeah. They want their monies.
Exactly.
Muns. And kind of like what we saw from Sega and Nintendo a while back.
Mm-hmm. They just want their money. Same thing with that's always how it's been looking for GameStop as well.
All right, we'll move on from that story then.
That's how it's seemed with GameStop as well, but not for much longer, at least in California, where a class action settlement, and this is news from a little bit over a week ago, but bear in mind that this is our first show. We kind of get a little bit of leeway there. On April 10th, a class settlement was reached, forcing GameStop to post signs in California stores for the next 2 years, warning consumers of the likelihood of additional publisher fees for DLC for used games. So, for instance, if you buy a copy of Dragon Age Origins, or if you buy a copy of like Call of Duty Black Effect 300 Modern Battlefield, whatever, and if it's a used game, since it's like an EA title, EA is going to go out and be a dick and say, oh, you bought it used, you have to pay extra for the multiplayer, or for this extra stuff that you would get free if you had just bought it new.
Yeah.
Now what GameStop has to do, at least in California for the next 2 years, they have to post signs telling people this may happen. You may just because you bought a game for $5 less because it was used doesn't mean it's actually $5 less.
Yeah.
So at least they're trying really hard to make GameStop at least look a little bit more honest.
Yeah. Like they know what they're doing.
I'm sure GameStop's going to try and somehow find a way around this anyways, but I'm glad that they're at least trying, because honestly, yeah, that's scummy. To me, that's scummy. Just because publishers make less money off of used game sales
Mm-hmm.
than new game sales, and that's why they have the DLC, the multiplayer DLC, and the stuff like that, where you have to pay for multiplayer or pay for something that would effectively destroy multiplayer if you didn't have it. That's essentially why they have that, so that they can kind of recoup some of their losses from used game sales. And that GameStop kind of still is fighting with publishers. It's just that doesn't seem to me like a good environment for gaming to actually grow as a medium when your retailers are actively fighting with your publishers of your content.
You know, it's online games are always tricky, but when when you buy a game in a disc format and you find out when you get home that you have to pay extra to to access it at all, or even DLC, you get a little pissed off.
Yeah.
I mean, I can imagine getting. I can't, like, if I got home with a new copy of Skyrim and I couldn't play it because I had to buy some online code that I didn't know about because I bought it used.
Oh, congratulations! You bought Skyrim used. To get past level 4, you have to pay $20. Yeah, something like that. If I knew about that in store, chances are that would be a deal breaker for me. And that's pretty much exactly why this lawsuit happened, because consumers were not warned of something that could essentially be a deal breaker in this case, and they felt like they wanted their money back, because honestly, if you buy something and you realize you're not getting the full product, and we're kind of getting into the on-disc DLC just a little bit, but I'm gonna stay away from that until we do a story on Capcom.
Okay.
But if you realize before you buy it that you're not gonna get the full product that you're paying for, you're less likely to get it, because I'm not gonna shell out $55 for a burned out husk of a game.
Yeah. Twitch has made a good point. They'll up their horrible marketing strategy in retaliation of this, I'm sure. They'll do something.
Yeah, like I said,
Loophole.
they're going to try and find a way to skirt around this. They're going to try as much as they can to minimize the effect this is going to have on them.
Yeah.
But I'm glad that at least something is being done.
Yeah. Hopefully, we'll see. I mean, obviously, GameStop will do something to get around this, but for the meantime, they'll have to just deal with it while they figure out how to get around it. So, hopefully, we'll see some, at least not as many stories like this for a couple weeks at least.
Oh, I doubt that we won't, but hopefully.
All right, so I guess we can move on to some more economy, but this time it's pretty cool.
Yeah.
So,
this one was actually courtesy of Casual.
oh, really?
She brought it up in Skype chat. There's a lot of links that I get from Skype chat.
A lot of other things you get from Skype chat too.
So she posted this in Skype chat, and she was like, "Oh my god, this is freaking awesome." I clicked the link. Oh my god, this is freaking awesome.
Royal Canadian Mint makes glow-in-the-dark dinosaur coin. And that title, that's all you need to know. I mean, look at that
This is gonna be
picture.
awesome. Uh-huh.
Oh,
It's a dinosaur on a coin.
I know, and it's glow-in-the-dark too. So I guess they've realized that yes, change is gonna go, and so is money eventually because everything's going digital now.
Hmm.
Just because it's easier to make
Yeah.
the transactions that way. Um, so before the coins completely go extinct, Mint is going to give us a glowing makeover. And
Yeah, these are just commemorative coins though.
yeah,
They're
they're not
not
actual.
meant to be actual currency. They
Yeah,
have a retail price of $30 Canadian, even though they're only actually 25-cent coins. But come on, they're glow in the dark dinosaurs.
I know. Let's bring the coin back so we can get stuff like this.
Uh-huh.
But it's in particular the dinosaur is the pa- Pachyrhinosaurus e, e, Yakuts. I don't know how to pronounce that last name.
Pachyrhinosaurus lakutsai.
Lakutsai.
Lakustai.
All right,
Lakustai.
I'll let you do the foreign pronouncing.
That's a good idea. I've always had fun with foreign language kind of stuff.
I can do Japanese, and that's about it.
I believe that's an.
I don't know. I don't.
I'm not sure if that's an I or an L.
Yeah, that's my problem here.
Just because it's gonna bug me, I'm gonna
Let's
open
go.
up Notepad real fast and see.
All right, I'll let you do that.
That's an L.
All right, that's an L. All right.
It's a lowercase L.
All right. So,
So I was right. It is Lakutsai.
so
Lakustai.
Mint has made only 25,000 of these, um, and they plan to release three more glow-in-the-dark coins. This is in Canada, I believe.
Yeah. So this one right now is just the Pachyrhinosaurus Lakustai, but there will be three other glow-in-the-dark dinosaur coins, which I expect to look just as awesome before the before the Royal Canadian Mint starts actually looking into really overhauling the
Yeah.
currency system is what I get from the story. I don't know. I'm not Canadian. I haven't really been paying attention to Canadian economy and stuff like that
So I guess this is how I'm going to make my next turbo donation.
in glow-in-the-dark
And glow in
dinosaur
the dark
coins.
coins. $50 worth of them, and that'll be really expensive.
Yeah, shipping is gonna suck on that, but honestly, just to say, hey, look what I did. I paid in glow-in-the-dark dinosaur coins. That would be worth it.
That would be. All right, so we're gonna move on to our last story before we take a quick break. This one I don't know. I guess it's technically sports.
We
It
needed a sports
it's
story.
sports
It
related.
mentions sports.
It's sports related. I can give you that much.
Uh-huh.
Um, so baseball is apparently coming back in style here. Attendance rates are up, and I guess it's a good time to invest before, if hopefully it doesn't fall down again for your baseball fans.
Basically, what analysts at ConvergeX group have noticed is that with you can kind of track the economy through the attendance at Major League Baseball games. So if there's more and more of an if there's a higher and higher attendance rate, then generally what you're going to notice in the economy just as a whole, what you're going to notice is kind of a general upswing in things. And the higher and higher your attendance is getting in Major League Baseball games, the better you can kind of you can notice, the better people will be thinking of the economy.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, my train of thought just hit a tree.
Hit a tree.
Um,
Oh, that's not good.
It happens all the time. You can If you're paying attention, you notice it happened during every single one of the other stories.
That's all right. Mine's gone
Yeah,
too
Mark,
at some
we're
point.
definitely gonna need help with the sports stories because neither of us are sports buffs.
No.
If you couldn't tell,
Yeah, we're
we're
completely
nerds.
yeah. We're
Or
useless
at
when it
least
comes to sports.
I'm a nerd. I don't do sports. I don't give two shits.
Well, I guess that the main thing that they came up with at towards the end down here to justify the surprisingly high correlation, Converge X cites data from Scarborough
Scarborough Sports
sports
Marketing.
marketing that shows 60% of households who occupants attend MLB games earn more than $50,000 a year. 61% have at least one child. 81% contain at least one college grad. So, you know, if there's more attendance, then assumably there's more people that are making more than $50,000 a year. Now, that's not really based on employment. I mean, there could be, there still could be the same amount of unemployment and stuff like that, but people who are having jobs are more likely to be making more money.
Yeah, this isn't necessarily the perfect way to judge how the economy is looking, but it's a satisfyingly high correlation between economy and attendance. And just the fact that there is any correlation is interesting because it just gives you another way to monitor just how things are going.
Yeah, I mean, it's nice to look at. It's pretty interesting, but I don't know if it's really any say on how the economy is actually doing. But every little study helps. I think,
Hmm.
even if it's not overly conclusive. So I think we're gonna. I think unless you have anything else to say on the story, we'll take a quick minute break just so we can load our next stories, and we'll go right back into it.
That's
We'll take a longer break between sections themselves, but so we'll be back in like just a couple of minutes.